the stars, every one of you. The first thing I think it would be good to do is if you can quickly just go around and say your names.
Okay. Oh, Ellie.
I'm Athena.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Cecilia.
I'm Zoe.
I'm Eleni.
I'm Mariana.
Okay, who's been dancing the longest here?
Probably
Athena.
all of us.
Yeah.
Athena and Ellie.
So
us
Athena.
three.
Us
Yeah.
three.
Do you have a captain of your team?
No.
Tony's kind
Well,
of
that's a dance
No,
teacher.
that's
It's
a
dance.
dance
No, we
teacher.
don't have a captain. No.
I'm the captain.
No.
Okay, let's go around and I'll ask you a question and then so it's kind of a one at a time answer so we can hear you. One of the things I'm curious about is what's it like when you're little and you first have to hold hands with boys?
Well, the thing is, like, I never really thought about it that way. Like, I didn't really think about, like, holding hands with boys. It just, like, was Greek dancing, kind of.
Oh, I always remember we used to like take our jackets.
Oh,
off
yeah.
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 We used to like this.
Yeah.
Who catches on? Oh, that's okay. Who catches on faster at dancing? Is it like in school where the girls?
The girls catch on faster.
Yeah.
The boys, they just like
And then
mess
some
around
boys
and
kind
kind
of
of
do
Well,
it
some of the
later.
boys mess around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all.
Like,
of them.
some of them.
Do any of you? Was it hard for you to get started, or do you not still like
It's
it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it was like easy because like we used to do easy
Go
stuff.
ahead.
At first, like, I wasn't used to it, but then, like, once you go over all the dances, you just get into that beat to, like, know it, and it's really a fascinating experience to be Greek dancing.
Actually, like you're like. Sorry.
I've been practicing that.
You've been practicing in your mind.
I think since we have all been doing it since we were really little, it's kind of easy to get the beat down, get the steps down, and to know what we're doing because we've been doing it for so long.
I mean, like, certain dances are, like, harder just because they're more complex. But then, like, the simpler dances are also kind of difficult because, like, it's really easy to spot mistakes when there's less steps. So you just have to, like, it's all kind of, like, similar. Like, they all go together.
Yeah, like it's kind of easier to know the steps in the beat when you're more like, it's like the beat has to go like the same beat and the same beat. If there's like a little tweak, it's harder to like kind of get the steps.
When you're dancing at FDF, are you nervous about competing?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do to fight the nerves?
Just go.
I just have fun, and I also think about like cookies.
Well, I remember last year, like, I was really nervous. Like, do you guys remember that? I was so nervous. But then, like, once we saw the stage and we were, like, walking up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be on the stage. I'm gonna be, like, a camera? What? And I thought it was, like, the coolest experience ever.
Yeah. I think it's important to like know when you're going on the stage, just like breathe and like just like have fun while you're
And,
doing
like,
it.
don't
And
be
you don't have to be happy and have fun.
fear. Smile to cover the
Well, you can't
You have to have like a natural smile.
Natural
You can't be like,
smile.
oh my god, I'm
Me last year, I was like,
You're
I was just like,
Do you, when you're doing the dances, do you feel like you're part of something that's like goes back in time at all with these dances?
Well, yeah, because like then you like, because usually Mr. Tony like reviews like the history between each dance, and like then you remember like, oh my gosh, like these people like from so long ago like were doing this, and like I'm still doing it today, so it's kind of cool.
Go ahead.
Well, at FDF, we're all like Greek Orthodox Christian, and so we all get together and we all have our favorite foods that we all know, our favorite dances, and it's like one big community, and we all just have fun together. And you can see your friends from camp, and it's not like school where you're Greek, you're like Romanian, like you're all Greeks, and you all like it's like getting together.
Yeah, it's like it's nice to have everybody around you that you know and you care about for so long. Like when you're nervous or when you're like scared, especially on stage for FDF. So it's really nice to have them like around.
Is it fun when you're not dancing at FDF? What kinds of things do you do?
There's
I think because I have a lot of like camp friends and stuff like that. So like this is like the one time like that I get to like see them. And, like it's just fun to like hang out with everyone.
Well, I remember last year, like I would literally like go eat breakfast and then I'd run to watch like different dance groups. So it was me, like Dimitri and Theo would just be like the trio. We'd just be like going around, like watching all these like different groups dance. And it was like really interesting to see like all these different like places in Greece and like how they like dance specifically. It's really cool.
Oh, I like that. I didn't know you guys did that.
Yeah, it's like when we're practicing, there's a lot of joking around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
so
not quite the serious, like the most
Until
serious
it starts getting
thing
down.
ever. It's kind of just like, so we joke around, we get a little serious for the dances, so like we do the steps correctly, but then we just have fun a lot and joke around. That's kind of where it comes from.
Did any of your parents dance at FDF?
Yes, my mom danced, and I know her sister danced,
What's your mom's name?
Alexandra, and they danced. And
My aunt danced at FDF, and she was doing soccer, and she would like go from State Cup, which is in like Lancaster, and then she would drive back to FDF to do dance, and then she'd drive back to Lancaster to play a soccer game, and she'd go back to FDF. It was crazy. Like, I don't know how she did that. No, this is a no.
Just no. So
Straight up
kind
no.
of like
Sometimes I still
we've
get
known each other for so long, kind of like family. Like there's no question.
Like Cecilia.
Say that we didn't say
I was just messing with her.
We look at different boys from different church groups.
She's
That is not my sister.
Yeah.
So that's another reason to look forward to FDF. So do you go to the Glendy?
oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So when we were at the Glendy last time, I think most of you guys were there. I'm not sure all of us, but it was kind of like all of these kids. There's not a lot of parents because there's a separate like Glendy. So the kid Glendy was like super fun because you knew all of the kids, and some of them you didn't really know, but they got along so well because we're all have something in common, which is Greek dancing. So.
The Glendy, like, yeah, it's like a part where like you just have to get like you get so much fun out of it, and like you can just dance all night long. And like I remember last FDF we stayed up till 4 a.m. dancing.
Yeah. For
And it
so
was a fun memory.
I think.
Oh, you can go.
Well, I think like it's like when like at Glendy's like you see like how like even though like we're all Greek, how like we all come together from like Sacramento and San Diego, and like we all like come together, yeah, in this one like
Hawaii.
I guess area, and we're all like kind of like bound to each other by like our Greek faith and community.
Well, it kind of reminds me, like whenever I go, well, I'm from Crete, so whenever I go to Crete, like we always go to Glendy's, and it kind of like brings me back to that, and it kind of reminds me of like Greece.
Did you live in Greece?
We
No.
visit every 2 years. So I remember this actually last past summer, we went to Greece and there's this one Glendy. Oh my gosh. So everybody wanted to go home because it was really loud and so like that. But me and my mom were like, let's stay. So we came at 10, stayed till 11, came back, went to bed, woke up at 4:30 in the morning, went back to the Glendy, and then came back.
That's when
And
the
then slept
hardcore
more.
parties
I was
were
gonna
out.
say you are hardcore party.
That's when the hardcore people were
You
out.
wanted to say something too.
Yeah, when we dance at FDF, it's kind of all of us Greeks just coming together, and you get to learn new Greek dances, and you get to revisit some old ones that you don't really remember, but then you see everybody else's steps, and you're like, oh, I know this one. And you get to dance, like, I go to camp, and so I get to dance with my friends that don't live here, and I get to see them, and it's like a whole big reunion, and it's really fun.
Where is the camp you go to?
St. Nicholas Ranch.
In Fresno.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing about dancing in FDF?
Like usually it's keeping your posture, making your hands go up, not making a mistake with your feet, looking at the judges, smiling, not being scared.
It's your first impression with the judges. You want to make everything is perfect. Like, it has to be perfect. So, like, the judges will know that, you know, like, you're ready for this. And you can show them what you got. And that's the, like, you have to get that focused. And it's really hard.
You gotta show the judges that you're confident, you know what you're doing, and there's some dances where you're on your toes, and for like 2 or 3 minutes straight, and your calves hurt so much. But then when the dance is done, you're like, you feel like proud and accomplished. So.
Well, I remember the hardest thing last year was just like all the stuff that we had to wear because we wore like 7 layers, and we had to wear these like big like marshmallow pants. We were calling them marshmallow pants, and they were so like they weren't uncomfortable. It was just layer after layer after layer after layer. It was just so hot, and that was the hardest
What
thing
was
for
the
me.
costume?
It was the Cretan costume.
Yeah.
And then the Thracian one was also a lot of layers. Like, it was layer after layer after layer. And then at the end of the dances, you were like, okay, I think I'm ready to take this off. Like, I'm done with this. I do not want to do this anymore because it's so hot. You get so sweaty. And then you're like, does my hair look good? Like, on stage, like, totally worrying about what you look like. It's like so hot.
Have you guys won any awards? Have you placed?
Well, not
well,
yet.
this is only our second year going,
Oh, okay.
so
we have.
How are you gonna do this year?
Well, I think we're gonna do better. Because last year, I mean, like, we did, like, a couple dances that, like, our dance instructors last year, like, said that we could have done, like, harder choreography and stuff. But, yeah, I think we did, we didn't mess up last year, but we just, like, did, I don't know, I think this year we're gonna do a lot better, because we have a bigger group, because, like, last year we had, like, 9 people.
yeah.
And it was crazy, and there was, like,
But towards the end, it was a little bit better because we all got more focused. Not a lot, but a little bit. A little bit more focused. So now we all know what we're going for, and we all know that FDF was very important to us. So now we're kind of making it a little better and getting more confident throughout the steps.
The only problem with dance groups is that when you're practicing, some people don't go, and then when they go, they don't know the steps, so it's really stressful because you're like trying to encourage them to learn the steps, but they're like just having a hard time doing it, and it just gets you because you think that they're not going to learn the steps, but they are going to know the steps. They just haven't gone to the practice where they were going to learn the steps.
Do you feel like that's something that's gonna happen in life anyway?
Yes.
Being part of a team, right?
Yeah, there's always going to be like that one straggler, and then when they get caught up, it'll be like, and then like for FDF, and then there's like this big competition, and then they do it, and you're like, everyone's really happy for them.
well, you know, George Terrace is an amazing example of this. So he had never danced before, and then
It's Dugenis.
Dugenis. I'm sorry, George Dugenis. I'm thinking about his older cousin. So,
You want to start over and say that?
yeah.
Yeah, but Ellie, he does go to every practice.
I know.
No,
but,
he's saying
like,
well,
not
George.
example.
So
Okay,
Okay,
so
it's good.
George Dugenis is like a really he's really good now. So before he had never Greek danced before, but he like really tried really hard, and now he's like leading dances, and he's like really good. So
And I think it's important, like, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And so, like, I think it kind of, like, brings in, like, the teamwork part of it and how, like, we have to help, like, the other people in our dance group. Like, if they don't know the steps, like, kind of, like, help them.
Do you think competition is part of the Greek psyche, or what it means to be Greek, or is that more American?
It's mostly Greek though, but like, so I'm part of a soccer team, which is like super competitive. Everybody wants to win, but for us, it's more about the team. So we're going to state cup, and it's really important for us. So we're all trying really hard, and we're trying to get all of the people who don't really understand how to play soccer as much as the higher ranked people to like get better for the team, not just for our own benefit. So I think this really like is the same thing. So it's everybody's trying to help each other out for all of our benefits.
I mean, like, we have a sort of chemistry where we can, like, joke around, but we can still, like, get stuff done.
Yeah.
Which is, like, really helpful in like, a competition. Like, if you're, like,
Is
in a
there a
competition.
downside to competition?
Well, I mean,
If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
You have to wait till next FDF to
Yeah.
bring up your confidence again, and then maybe you'll win. But if you lose, you lose, and you just have to wait for next FDF.
I think
Well, yeah. It's
I
kind of
think
about-
if somebody doesn't really understand or the steps or like the beat, anyone like even if you're a girl and you don't know how to do it, because our relationship is so strong and we've been together for so long, you can ask a boy, you can ask someone who's not really your friend, and they'll help you because our bond is like so strong and we've been together for so long that it doesn't matter whether you're new, you're not new, you're a boy, you're a girl, like we all help each other no matter what.
If it wasn't a competition and you just went to FDF, would it be the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be the same. I mean, like, we consider competition, but it's not like we're, oh my gosh, competition. It's more like, okay, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna do our stuff, and then we're gonna hope we get a result, and if we don't, we always have next year.
One of the main reasons why I like going is because everyone there is Greek and like they have like the same cultural background as everyone. So like I feel like the chemistry there is better because like you kind of like already like know people.
Yeah.
And then like I just like going and like just seeing everyone and just like even like dancing at the Glendies, and it's just like fun. It's just fun to be with like people.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about your Greek culture going away? Because
Never going away. Never.
It's kind of like it's always with us. So like last year at FDF, we were all kind of huddled up because we were all super nervous because it was our first time on stage Greek dancing. So we kind of all huddled together, did a prayer, and we kind of felt a little better. So we were all like, no matter what, just have fun and smile. That's kind of the main concept of FDF, just have fun, because that's kind of why we train, why we do everything, to have fun and to try our best.
what's the main thing if someone said, what does it mean to you to be Greek American?
Oh my gosh.
That's
A
kind
lot.
of our question.
A lot.
That would be like
Okay.
the 5
I think
Go ahead.
Well, it just makes me feel special because you know that a lot of other people don't have this culture, but they also have a different culture, so that can make them also feel special. So it's kind of
I think if me personally, if I wasn't Greek, I would have a huge part of me missing because there's Greek dance, there's Greek school, there's church, there's choir, there's Sunday school, there's so much that we all do together. And being Greek American, because I go to Greece every summer and I see my uncles, my aunts, I can talk to my aunt Papu in Greek, and it's I don't know,
It's like special.
it's so special.
I mean, to be Greek American is like pretty special because like you have like a lot of other people and they're like, I don't know. It's just like it's really special, and like I really like being Greek American because like my mom's Greek, her parents are Greek, and they speak English, but like I talk to them in Greek, and like being able to do that is really special to me. Like being able to like understand and like speak another language, I really cherish, and like you don't really like see how important that is until you lose it. So hopefully I won't lose it.
I think a huge part about being Greek American is the philotimo and just being like nice and like friendly with everyone, and everyone is just and everyone's just like a loving and everyone's just like a loving like person, and like we all like look out for one another, and I think that's just a huge part of being like Greek American.
And once you go to church and you have church friends, they're always your friends. Like they won't go away.
Yeah. That's like a main part of church. You go to church, you make friends, they'll always be there. They never go
Like
away.
like at school, like you have friends that come and go. They like decide that they don't like you anymore, and they're just like, see you later.
They're like, bye.
Yeah, they're like, I don't
But
like you,
church
get out.
friends
But then like you have your church friends that are kind of stuck with you, and you're stuck with them. So you learn to deal with it, and then you make great friends along the
Do
way.
any of you worry about what's going on in Greece? It's in the news so much.
Oh, yeah,
Greece is that they ran out of money, and
No.
so.
I know. We know.
What?
No. Okay, go ahead.
And we weren't worried because like we could take money out of the ATMs like all the time, but they couldn't. But we weren't worried about it because Greeks are strong.
Greeks are strong.
I'm worried that we have
Yeah, they're so proud.
I know it.
They're so proud and they're so confident that they don't need really currency or money to deal with. It's more like they live their life being proud. They live their life being themselves without anybody's opinion in their way. So
I think the governmental situation did kind of affect us because we were going to go to Crete like through Athens, but then there was like a bunch of stuff going on in Athens, and then we decided that it would have been better if we just did a direct flight directly to Crete. So that's what we ended up doing. But since Crete is like an island and it's kind of like separate from like all the other stuff, like you couldn't notice it at all. So like if I hadn't known that there was like issues within the government, then I would have thought it is any other year. And I had the best time this year than I had any other year. So I think that the governmental issues didn't really affect anyone.
So yes, there's the whole money, government, financial thing. But when you go to Greece, like I went to Greece this summer, and you see your uncles, you see your aunts, and you get to have the most amazing food that you will ever have. And you just know that, okay, things might not be going so well financially here, but you know that you're always going to have your family and they're always going to be there for you. And I think that's kind of what's just holding Greece together is they're so passionate and they're so proud, and their family is like family. It's like one big family. You know everybody. You celebrate with everybody. So.
Do they still dance in the villages?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's kind of what happened over summer. I was about to state that America and California, San Diego is so different than Greece.
Yeah.
Greece is more together. Californians are just like spread out. Like we went to Greece and
Don't get yourself in trouble.
we went to Greece and everybody's going to Glendy's together. They're having fun together, and it's like the whole village. Everybody's invited.
Mm-hmm.
But then in Coronado, it's just like separate kind of parties. Like it's birthday parties. Like you two are invited, but not you guys. Like that's kind of how it is. But it's like everybody's invited in Greece.
And like the Greek rodeo, like every night there's like parties and like watching soccer, and it's just like this one big group together, and like all the children are running around, and it's just a huge party. And like
And what was that word you said in Greek?
rodeo is village, so Greek village. And in California, like she said, it's so spread out.
Both of them are gonna get in trouble.
Cannot wait to see what happens after this.
Can I ask you what you're looking forward to? It's your first FDF. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I'm just excited to go and have fun because they're always talking about how much fun it is. So I'm excited to go and dance and compete.
And how about you?
I'm just excited that I can go this year and that I have a lot of friends to support me if I need help with anything.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
You can tell us.
FDF is really fun, so like you don't have anything to worry about. Like,
Yeah, you can tell a secret to anybody and they'll never tell it ever.
Like, what if
ever
you
again.
know anything?
You guys don't have secrets.
Here.
But
Yeah,
it just
it's
goes.
everybody knows.
It's like one person, like you tell one person, they tell the other, and then just spreads.
It just spreads, and then everybody knows.
don't
it.
like
When did this
face
become
plant
about
on
spreading
stage.
lies?
You're
I mean,
it's true.
What?
As long as you don't face plant on stage, you're like gold.
Okay.
You're
Is Tony
perfect.
your director?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
kinda.
Renee.
Well, so Mr. Renee, and then
We have three.
Anastasia.
And
If you
Anastasia.
could say one word, if you could say one, I'm like, one word about the teachers. Let's just go around. First,
Oh my
Mr.
gosh.
Tony. One word.
He's really passionate.
He's an amazing dancer.
2 words.
Mr. Dude.
we used to call him.
Awesome.
He's really proud.
Inspiring.
There's so much about him, it's hard to just pick one. He's really confident
And Miss Renee?
in us. Yes,
She's so
Like,
pretty.
she's
She's pretty.
She's so pretty. Yeah.
She's
so
so
pretty.
I would say pretty, but that's shallow. So I'm gonna say she's really inspiring.
She's very sweet and kind, and like once you don't get the step, she'll just teach you.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think
what a good-
like she's always like willing to help.
yeah.
She wants to show us how to do the steps, how to like, I don't know. She's just like puts
everything, like,
yeah, she
well
puts
read.
everything into it.
As
Like,
Lenny said, they're all super inspiring. But I think Miss Renee, out of all of them, she's the one who's like, okay, you don't get it, here's how you do it. She explains it different ways if you don't get it that one way. So she has so many methods, so many plans to like kind of make you learn or like let you learn how to do the steps correctly, and it really brings out your passion of Greek dancing.
She is an amazing dancer, and she helps you if, like Zoe said, if you need any help with the dances and you're having trouble, she will come and stand in front of you, or she'll get in line with you. That's awesome.
Can I change my word? I want to change it to willing, because she's just willing to do anything for it. She's just like there. Like you don't have to worry about like if you mess up on the steps, because you know she's there, and you know that she'll help you up. You know that she's there for you.
She's got your back.
She's got your back. And she's just like a really amazing teacher. Like that's what you want in a teacher. You want a teacher who knows what they're doing, and you want a teacher who can help you in your understanding of the dance.
My word for her would be passionate, because you can just see when she's dancing that she just loves doing it, and that she puts everything into like dancing and like this dance group and like trying to like figure it out for everyone, and it's just amazing. Yeah.
Like I don't even have words.
There's no words.
I feel like she passes on glory to, like, she passes on glory of the culture, of the tradition, and of the dance. It's all 3 of those combined that makes our dance group. It's not just a dance group that comes out to have fun. It's a dance group that is super passionate and super loving and caring about each other. So like last year, a girl fell on stage, and the other girl holding her hand helped her up. So it was like, so we all kind of stopped to make sure she was okay. When she said she was okay, we kept going. So it's like we never leave a man behind. They're always there with us.
Like I feel like if like Miss Renee's not gonna leave anyone in the dust. She's always gonna come back and like help them, and she's never gonna leave anyone behind. She's gonna make everyone feel like they're comfortable with the dance.
And like as Athena said, like she's so passionate about what she's doing, it rubs off on us. So if we're like feeling like, oh, I have so much math homework, or like we're thinking about other stuff, then she's like, she helps us get back on task, and she's really helps us just like fuses us with Greek passion. Like
Yeah.
And is that Christian too? Is that part of your Christian?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Miss Renee is so determined in Greek dancing. Like she in my opinion would be like the best dance teacher, and she's so like passionate and determined, like all they said, and she is really like, she'll be like, okay, let's do this, and we're gonna do it, and that's what gets us going to FDF. We be passionate about it, and that's a key to being confident on stage.
She wants to teach us. She wants to teach us. She puts like everything into it. She is fully into the dance. She helps us. She's amazing.
It's a good role model.
She puts a lot of effort into the dances and the choreography.
And she has 2 kids in our dance group, so you know, like, that she's not gonna, like, she knows, like, how we're feeling about the dance and about, like, our understanding. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have anything
We
else?
have
you'd
one
like to
more
say?
dance
One more.
teacher.
One more.
Miss Anastasia.
Miss Anastasia.
Oh, okay. Can we go back to the
How
one-word
about I not
concept?
start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Just go with
Okay.
the flow, go.
Miss Anastasia is.
Teachingful. No. No, that's a bad word.
Definitely a word.
That's about. She's really educated in dancing.
Can one of you say Miss and say your
Oh,
name
okay.
first so that we?
Well,
I'll
actually, I'm
say
going
it.
to change it to willing. So,
Okay.
Miss Anastasia is really willing.
You changed your word.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I said I'm going to change it.
I'm gonna say helpful.
Caring.
Miss Anastasia is very passionate.
She's very kind.
She's very nice.
She's awesome.
What about your moms and dads?
Awesome.
Oh my
We have to talk
Just-
about
okay.
that.
Who's gonna
They're,
drive us here?
yeah, they're the ones who
Make it happen.
stay with us. They
Behind the scenes.
stay for
Yeah.
church, and then we have Sunday school, and then we have
It's a
choir, and then
long
we
day.
have Greek dance,
Dance.
and we stay on Sundays till like 3 o'clock, and they stay with us, they support us, they help us, they make sure that we're doing the right thing, and they're amazing.
They drive us.
They
with
drive
them.
us.
drive
They
us
drive
everywhere.
us
Like,
there.
they make it all
could
happen.
just- yeah,
They're
yeah.
dedicated.
They're
Like,
fully
without our parents,
behind
like, we would,
us
like,
doing
nowhere.
this.
They're
fully
super-
so supportive.
They're super dedicated to like their lives. Like Cecilia said, they're always willing to put themselves out there to make sure that we are all having fun.
Yeah.
Without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having as much as we had already.
Do you ever
during
get
Greek
upset
dance.
with them? Do you ever have arguments
Oh,
about
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Well,
little
I mean,
bit.
you have arguments with your parents, but then you realize, like, well, they do a lot for me, so they're probably right. And like, I'm 12,
They're always right.
and they're
no matter,
like,
no matter like I
older
try to
than
like
me.
prove myself right, they're always right.
they're always right.
Right.
Like, there's never been a time when either of my parents, well, when my dad was wrong. I mean, like, my mom. I mean, like, my mom's like usually right, but like, yeah.
So your mom sees it.
Without my mom and dad, I wouldn't be here right now. I would not be here doing Greek traditions, Greek dancing, and that's why I'm very thankful for them because they're the ones who just make it happen, and they're so determined for me to learn Greek dancing and how to be Greek, and they're amazing for that.
Well, Miss Anastasia, I knew that she used to dance a lot when she was younger, and she won a couple times when she went to FDF. So she knows about FDF. So I think that she comes to help us, and she will go and she will pull people out if they're not doing the step right, and it's just very inspiring.
I think our parents because they're so supportive and right behind us, we know that they're going to be there for us, and they've kind of made our dance program grow, and we know that no matter what happens, they're always going to have our backs, whether it's with anything like Greek or school or anything.
I feel like they're always there to support us during anything. If we lose FDF, they're always there. You tried your best, you did your hardest, and you put yourself out there, which is probably the best part about Greek dancing. You put yourself out there to do whatever you can to help your group, not just yourself. It's a team thing. So it's never like there's one person who messed it all up. Never ever after an FDF has that ever happened. There's never been
It's not like
one straggler that says, I totally messed it up, I'm so sorry. Like, we all comfort them, like, you didn't mess it up. It was all of us. We tried our best, and there were just some other dances that performed it better. That's, like, alright, it's part of life.
Well, I mean, like Zoe said, like, it's like really, they like allow us to put ourselves out there. Like, they say like, okay, you can go to FDF and you can just try your best, and they really like bring the best out of you. Like, parents are just like generally like they really like help you like be like successful in life, and by like doing all this stuff for us, they really set us up for success.